everyone, I'm Cathy, a clumsy soaper. Soap making is my creative outlet, and this channel is all about soap making. Today, I would like to share with you a new soap design technique that I developed. This design is inspired from jelly art. I've seen this technique done in jelly soap, but I came up with an idea that it can be done in transparent empty soaps too. Without further ado, let's get started! The ingredients that I use today are melt and pour transparent soap base. I made the transparent soap from scratch, and if you are interested to make your own transparent soap base, I already placed the video link in the description box below. Of course, don't watch it now. Don't go there yet. Stay here and watch this video first. You can also directly buy commercial available transparent melt and pour soap bases if you don't want to do your own. The other ingredients that I used are liquid soap colorants. I made this liquid soap colorants by suspending it in glycerin, or you can also use alcohol. I've also used fragrance oil today. As you can see, I have already melted the soap at around 150 degrees Fahrenheit or 65 degrees Celsius. Then I stirred it gently to cool it down a bit, and then I've added the 5% of Raindrops fragrance oil. Raindrops fragrance oil is a mix of floral, musk, and citrus aroma. I chose this scent to match our soap design today. Then I poured it into the mold. We need to wait and cool it down until a soap film forms on top of the soap. While I'm designing the soap, let's have a quick chit chat, and I'll share the background story on how did I came up with this idea. My mama's birthday is just around the corner, and I was thinking of what special soap should I give her on her special day. I've decided to come up with something new and something different. Something you've never seen done by other soap makers before. Then this is what I've decided to do. As I've already mentioned, this design is inspired by 3D jelly art. But instead of doing a jelly soap, I had the idea that it can be done and applied to transparent soap if the timing and soap consistency is correct. I've seen some soap makers use the needle art using soap jelly before. They've injected CP soap water to fill it up. That looks cool and all, but my problem with jelly soap is it is fragile. Its shelf life is too short too. Oopsie! Clumsy! Finger heart for you! Knowing my clumsy self, I know that I cannot promise to keep the jelly soap in shape for a longer time. Going back to the fragrance, I've mentioned that I used rainbow drops. I want this soap to be colorful. When my papa passed away last year, our family went through a very heavy storm, and nothing compares to it. It is worse than Typhoon Yolanda, internationally known as Typhoon Haiyan. I was devastated, but my mama served as my light. She is the rainbow that brought hope and joy after the rain. As you can see, this soap design technique is so easy. We just have to inject the needle into the soap. Once it is inside, you need to push the syringe plunger a bit. You don't have to worry on whether you are injecting excess colorants inside because it will float, and you can use either a tissue paper or a cloth to take it out. Another option is to use a dropper to suck the liquid away from the soap. I was originally thinking of mixing the colorant to the melted soap and then inject that. But after visualizing it, In my mind, I was thinking that the main problem that I will face is that the soap can immediately cool down and it will clog the syringe. So I totally ditched that idea and I just injected the colorants as is. Anyway, later on, the empty spaces and crevices will still be filled up when we pour the soap base to it. Then we just have to go on and on. Depending on the soap design that you want, you can replace the syringe needle and you can also change the color. Anyway, all this attachment is just so easy to put inside because we have the lower screw. So you can just switch the needle into different colors. But you have to make sure that you work fast because if we are too slow, then the soap will continue to cool down and it will be harder to inject. And my worry is that when the soap is hard, there might be some possibilities where the hardened soap can actually block the syringe needle opening. We just have to go on and on. The process is repetitive and that makes it so easy. Since this is my first try, I use different needles, but next time I'll focus on making a flower design variant. So probably I'll just use one or two needles, one for the flower design and one for the leaf. I really like it so much and I will continue to improve this. I'll definitely share whatever tips and tricks that I will gather. But for now, another important learning that I've gathered here is that it would be best to use Lazy Susan or put any plastic card at the bottom of the mold so that you can easily rotate the mold. I have a Lazy Susan, but it's too big, so I just use any plastic card that I have here. And it makes it a lot easier for me to rotate the mold and inject the design. Another thing that I'd like to mention today is that on August 14th, which is last week, the Clumsy Super Soap Making channel reached the 10,000 subscribers milestone. Thank you so much, Soap Sisters and Bubble Brothers! Our soap making family is getting bigger. I know that compared to other soap making channel, this number is so small and does not mean anything to them. But to me, it means a lot. It means the world to me. Because what it means is that I am not alone in my soap making journey and it motivates me to know that you are all there to support me as I move along. I really appreciate all of that. I pray that our soap making family would continue to grow. I would continue to also share whatever I know here in my channel. Knowledge not shared is useless. And I am happy that here in my channel, I can share my tidbits of information to all of you. May we all continue to support one another and help one another. When you are happy with the design, you can stop there. But remember to fill the gaps with soap base again. This time, I've stirred the soap base vigorously because I would like to have so many bubbles. I was thinking that the tiny bubbles would look nice on the design. Also remember that before you fill it again with another layer, you have to scratch the surface of the soap because this will make sure that the soap layers would adhere nicely and will not separate once it cools down. I've also decided to use opaque soap for the last layer. I was thinking that the white soap base could make the colors too pop out and will complement the design. After a few hours, the soap is ready. I've unmolded the soap and I'm so happy with the outcome. I know that my mama would love this so much. It is not perfect yet, but its imperfection makes it unique and I am so happy with it. For the question of the day, I would like to ask you on whether this new design technique that I developed is clever or never. Please help to write down your feedback in the comment section below. I hope that you like the soap that I made today, and I also hope that you enjoyed our soap making session. Thank you so much for joining me once again. I am Cathy, the Clumsy Soaper, and if you are new here, please consider subscribing into my channel for a weekly soap making video, DIY tutorials, and a lot more. Hit the bell icon so you will be notified whenever I release new content here in my channel. Just like you, soap making is my passion and I would really appreciate if you can join me in my soap making journey so we can learn and grow together. Thank you so much, soap sisters and bubble brothers, and happy birthday to my mama and to my sister-in-law, Rhea. More birthdays and more blessings to come. And happy birthday to those who are celebrating their birthdays this month. God bless! Bye-bye!